Alright, in this video, quick video, I'm going to go over triangle inequalities. So, I'm going to tell you how you can know if three sides make a triangle. And I'm going to discuss the connection between angles and sides in a relationship. So when I'm teaching this lesson in class, I always start with the question, if I give you any three lengths of, let's say, string or wood or pipes, could you make a triangle out of any three lengths, right? So I'd ask you that question. Kids think about it. Some say, well, yeah, why not? And then there'll be some kids that'll be like, well, what if you have a really long one and then two really short ones, right? I couldn't make a triangle with these three lengths. These two guys would never, if I connected them on the ends here, that wouldn't reach. I always compare it to T-Rex arms, right? That's not gonna make a triangle. So what's the easy way to check? Well, you have to add the two smaller sides together, and they have to be greater than the third side. So I would pause and write this down. If you want to word it differently, feel free. But when added together, the two smaller sides have to beat the third side. If they are less than or if they are equal to, it will not make a triangle. Okay? So just a couple examples really quick to drive this point home. If I give you these three numbers, would they make a triangle? Well, 27 plus 10 is 37, which is bigger than 33, so yes, they would. Second one, 5, 7, and 2. Well, 5 plus 2 is 7, which is obviously the same, equal, not a triangle. 120, 15, and 90. Well, 15 and 90 equal 105, not greater than 120. Not going to make a triangle. 12.2, 8, and 21. 8 plus 12.2 is 20.2, which does not beat 21, so not a triangle. Okay? So it's that simple. I just always tell the students, this isn't hard math right here, but where students will mess up with this is just keeping it separate from the question, is this a right triangle? If I'm asking you what kind of triangle is this, and I'm giving you three numbers, or I'm presenting you with a triangle, and I'm asking if it's acute, obtuse, or right, you're going to use Pythagorean theorem to check what kind of triangle it is. If I'm asking you if three sides or three numbers make a triangle, like any triangle, this is what you're going to do. Okay? So just remember those two, the difference between those two. Okay. So the last two examples I want to do here, I just have a triangle. Again, you can feel free to draw this on your own paper if you would like. I'm giving you the sides of the triangle. This is 15, this is 7, this is 19. I'm asking you to list the angles from least to greatest. Okay? Now, depending on the diagram or your picture, sometimes you can just kind of eyeball it. You can just see which angles are smaller or bigger. But sometimes the side, it's really close, or maybe your picture is just small and you can't rely on that. So the trick is, or not the trick, but the rule is that the smallest side is always across from the smallest angle, or the biggest side is always across from the biggest angle. So if I'm going from least to greatest, I just have to find my smallest side. My smallest side is 7. Now, I always tell kids, that's across from the smallest angle, which would be A, across the triangle. Sometimes kids don't do they don't do great with recognizing what I mean by across from the triangle, because if you drew a line, what if you hit this side, or just how do you know? But another way that I tell them that, or I'm telling you that you can identify which side is across from which angle, is if I'm looking at my smallest side, which is 7, that's side BD. If I would just circle the letter that I didn't just say, that's going to be my smallest angle, angle A. Now the middle side is 15, a length of 15. This side is AB. If I circle that letter that I did not just say, that's going to be angle D, and that's my middle angle. Right now my biggest side is 19. That's side AD. If I circle this letter, that's the angle that's across from it. Angle B is my biggest angle. Okay? And then the same idea here. I've given you a triangle. I gave you the measures of the angles of the triangle, and I'm asking you to list the sides from least to greatest. Okay? Again, the smallest side is across from the smallest angle. If I find my smallest angle, which is 30 degrees, the side across from it is going to be my smallest side. If that terminology or that idea of like across from doesn't make sense to you, you can kind of do the same thing. Side or angle A is my smallest angle. So if I circle that letter, it's going to be the side or the two letters that I didn't circle. That's going to be the smallest side. So BD. Now when you're naming the sides, you have to use two letters. And then of course the notation is important, the line above it. Now the middle angle is 50 degrees. That's angle D. So the side across from it is going to be AB. Okay. Also, if you flip this, if you wrote this as BA, if you wrote this as DB, that's fine. That order doesn't matter. Now my biggest angle is 100 degrees, angle B. My biggest side is across from that, or side AD. So that's it. I hope that makes sense. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.